welcome to Printsync. In this short video we're going to learn how to replace the drum units for the IR Advanced C50 series and 52 series machines. This is because we've got a wide, diverse customers that are in many wide locations, and occasionally, although this is a service replaceable part, it may be convenient for the customer to replace the drums if given proper instruction, hence this video. So these are the drums that we're going to be dealing with today. We've got two drums. We've got a black and white drum for the 5030 and 5035 range of machines, and we've got another colour drum there. The black drums are different to the colour drums, so we have one black drum in the machine and we have three colour ones. These two drums over here, these are the drums that are suitable for the 45 page a minute machines and above. So these are for the low end machines, and these two drums are for the high end volume machines. Different part numbers, so please don't get them mixed up. Okay, so in this instance we'll be dealing with the 5035 we've got over here. And if I'll just grab a screwdriver and we'll go and take the drums out. Before we start, it's always a good idea to turn the machine off. We've got the main power switch at the side there. Okay, while that's turning off, we are able to start the work, but we just won't pull out the drums until the actual display just goes off. So, to get the drums removed, what we need to do is take out two screws. Okay, the machine's now off. So we've got two screws. We've got one in there. And we've got one just underneath that waste toner container there, that waste container lever. Those two screws completely out. And then we've got another two screws here, which we just have to loosen off. And then one at the other side. Again, we're just going to loosen these two screws off. Don't have to take them all the way out. And this unit then just shifts to the right and comes away. Before we can slide out the drum unit assembly, what's very important to make sure is this teardrop here is actually in the vertical position like the label says. If we switch the machine off properly, then that should automatically be in the correct position, but just in case it's not, it's worth checking, and if it is in the down position, just manually turn it into the up position, and then that prevents any damage being occurred to this belt assembly here. We've got this handle here, so we just need to rack this belt assembly away, so we just rack that up and just turn it to the anti-clockwise until it clicks, and then we're now in a position that we can actually take out the drum carriage itself. Okay, sometimes it's a little bit stiff, so don't be afraid to just give it a little bit of an extra tug on there. Okay, you can see those drums are out now. You can see I was telling you about the black one being different to the colour drums. So the black one being the blue coloured drum. The colour ones are the greeny coloured ones. Don't get them mixed up. The copy quality will suffer as a result if you do. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll remove one of these drums. We'll take out the cyan one just for demonstration purposes. We've got these little two handles on either side of the drum unit that we can just pop our fingers in, and we just can pull straight up and then out the way. There's a little bit of a knack to getting them in, so once you've taken the old one out, I'd recommend that you just practice putting the old one back in just until you are completely happy that you can get them in and out okay. So it's just a bit of a line them up where they've got to be, and the side to side position, and just have a jiggle and a push down motion at the same time. As I said, there is a bit of a knack to it, but as long as you get this slide here lined up with just inside this metal edge here, then with a bit of a push down and a bit of a jiggle, then do go in. So practice on the old drum, and that's putting the drum. That's as hard as it gets. That's actually the drum installed after there. Okay, so once the new drum's back in, just push in the drop. We can put in our 2 screws that we've taken out. Pushing in the assembly while we're screwing in. That's one screw in. And then the one that was just underneath the waste roller handle. Okay, so that's nicely in. We can now turn our handle back into that position. We can put our cover on. And there, we can just shut the door up. And that is replacing the drums on the 50 series. All we need to do now is switch the machine on, let the machine warm up, do a full automatic colour gradation, and that should be good. We will put the instructions on how to do the auto grad if you don't know how to do that. It is in the user's manual, and it is something you probably will be doing on a regular basis anyway, but just in case you don't, we'll add that into the video or send it as an email attachment. Okay, hope you found that helpful, and thank you for your time. Okay, here we go to do the auto gradation. We have 2 ways of doing the auto gradation. We can either use the settings registration button, or many of our machines we have them already pre-configured with a settings registration shortcut button, which is at the top of the screen there. Just in case this button isn't here, I'll show you the way of actually getting to the auto gradation section using the settings registration. So we're into settings registration. We're into adjustments and maintenance, and then we're into adjust image quality, and then we can see auto adjust gradation. We go a full adjustment. We can select the size of paper that we wish to do the auto gradation on. A4 is absolutely fine for us here. We can start printing. The machine will generate some test prints and essentially hold your hand through showing the process of putting those printed sheets that we can see is just outputted there. You can see this is one of the test prints that the machine has generated. If we lift up the lid, the display is actually telling us which way round to put the sheet. But essentially, you can just see there. It's the black band that has got to be this way around. So the black is towards this side. So we put the sheet on like that. Close the lid, and then we're back to our display of start scanning. So what the machine is doing, it's just reading off that test chart that's been printed off. It's checking how dense the colours are and making adjustments as necessary. And essentially what we just got to do is repeat that process 3 times, and then at the end the machine will say complete, and then that's it. Auto gradation is done. Thank you.